What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar, and we are talking about Bitcoin Cash today, BCH. Hit that like button, you guys. Subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Shout out to the Dragon Riders in the House of the Dragon. We are chilling right now at about $358 on this, the 30th of April. We have a nice little formation on the low here, and I don't like this wick here. I think that is a scam wick, February 3rd. I've kind of said that throughout the whole, basically like a week after this happened. I've been saying it since. So I think if we just ignore this, this actually looks like a very nice bottoming pattern here, right? And I don't just ignore wicks just for the sake of ignoring wicks, but this was very much, to me, it seems like the whole market went through a scam wick. This is a very common kind of double bottoming pattern here, this kind of formation here. And I think I really do believe it to be the bottom. I believe it to be the low. I think Bitcoin Cash is building out from this. Now, we might see a little turbulence ahead. Bitcoin itself, BTC, is moving down. We have the FOMC meeting here in about a week, where the Fed will discuss various things, right? Maybe they'll bring the interest rates down, maybe they won't. And if they're not planning to cut interest rates, the market might receive that negatively. So ahead of time, and by the way, on the 6th, on the 7th, that's when the meeting is. It's the 30th now, but there are already people in the world who are aware as to what they're going to say there, right? It's not like they're going to come up with it that day. There's people who are already aware. So there's people who know those people, who know those people, who know those people, who are aware, who are in the know, who are on the inside, who have the information. The market might react before the event happens, and if we move down, that could signal that it's going to be a negatively received event. If we move up, maybe it's going to be a positively received event. Either way, stuff like this, the markets seem to care a lot about these FOMC meetings. So after it's passed, I'm sure that we'll get on our merry way here. But maybe we consolidate for the next week. Maybe we move down for the next week, or maybe we're going to be on our way up here if it's a positively received meeting. But Bitcoin moving down, the rest of the market kind of looking like it's lagging. Just prepare yourselves. I'm not saying, and I actually don't believe yet, at least, that Bitcoin's going to go below 90K. So I don't think the market's really going to go through a correction. But if we do, prepare yourselves for prices that are at, $326, maybe even prices that are just below $300. I don't think Bitcoin Cash by any means is in trouble. If we do go down to this area, even if we go all the way to 260, you're not in trouble, although that wouldn't be too common with this kind of formation, with this like double bottom setup, but maybe you do. I would just think that at the moment you should anticipate, maybe not anticipate, be prepared, expect or accept that prices below 320 could come your way, or 325 could come your way, even below 300. It's very possible. If we're but if Bitcoin starts moving up, if the rest of crypto is breaking out, probably not. I mean, overall, right now, I think that you are in a very bullish formation here. You're consolidating here. Maybe you come down, you find a higher low, but you're consolidating here. Whenever you break out, it's going to be miraculous. You're going to see prices right now. You're at 360. You're going to see prices that are near $500, if not above $500, in a very, very short amount of time. But you just might have a little bit of turbulence beforehand, right? If we're looking at this on a RSI basis, the daily RSI is in a position of strength. It's nice to see you reject the overbought zone and not just go plummeting down to the oversold zone like we did here, like you did here, kind of like you did here. You're actually hanging out in this area, hanging out above the 50. This is a good look, right? Higher lows. I guess you don't have higher highs, but whatever. I think that it looks good, man. I do think that it looks good. Let's look at the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour RSI is more bullish than bearish, but overall kind of volatile, and it's kind of funny looking, neutral looking, I guess. And that makes sense. The price is kind of neutral looking with a bullish tilt, I'll add. But again, maybe we go down here. You did reject the overbought zone after all here. Rejected the 60. That's not a good look. It wouldn't surprise me if we went below this low. But again, that might take you down to about 320, 325, and you could find support right there and then move up from there, right? I wouldn't, just because we're going down, doesn't mean we have to go below $300. We could. I'm just saying that, accept that as a possibility. But I'm not saying that as like an inevitability. I'm just saying it could happen, right? So right now, if I really had to guess where we're going to find support if we move down, I like that 320 to 325 area personally. But we don't have to go there. At any point in time, we could reverse. If we're looking at this on a 1-hour time frame, we do have bullish divergence right now on the 1 hour, where we have a low here and a higher low, and 54 minutes left in this candle here. Perhaps we do finish bullishly, but I will say, starting a candle off like this, in comparison, in relativity to all these candles here, starting it off like this in the first 7 minutes, where you're basically halfway up this candle that took a whole hour to form last time. It makes me kind of nervous. I think that we might actually move down with this bullish divergence. perhaps what you're doing now is you're moving up, you're moving toward the divergence formed, you're confirming it, and then you're moving down right afterwards. You know, you could be doing something like that. But sure, the 1 hour right now does have a positive look on it, at least as of now. If this hour here, the 14th hour of this, the 30th of April, if this hour can close green, then I have some hopes that we do move up and that this is our low. After all, we are finding support right now at prior resistance here, at prior support back here. It could be an area to bounce from. Inevitably, regardless of what happens, if we move down to 325, 330, 320, whatever it is, in time we will come back up. And I would say that the price to watch for, as far as where we're going to go or when we're going to break out, the price to watch would be this one right here, that daily high close. So if and when we see prices above about like 373 and a half, let's say $374, you get there or higher on a daily closing basis, not on a wicking basis, right? We've seen it wick before, but we want to close above there. If you can close above there on a daily basis, I think that you will rip to the upside. After all, you kind of had the same behavior back here, and when you ripped, where'd you go to? You stopped right there at about 481, which in all fairness, that would kind of be your next target area. If we're looking at this here, 481. From here, from this zone, if you're to break out, where are you going to stop? Maybe at the top of this zone here. That's right around $500, right? Maybe just below $500, but right there around there, where you found resistance, where you found support before. A little turbulence back here, whatever. And I wonder, does that line up with any fibs? Let's see, from a high to a low. High to a low, yes. That's at the top end of your golden ratio zone. So, and Bitcoin Cash does like the 6.9 a lot. So 477, 490, somewhere in that area. Inevitably, we're going to go there. I think if not this week, perhaps next week, but certainly sometime soon. Downside, upside, whatever. It's coming inevitably. And right now, if we look at this just on a more simple basis, you do have these ascending lows here with a flat top. I love that kind of structure. You guys know I do. That normally means that you are going to break out to the upside, right? I wonder if we have an example of that going back in time here. Let's see. Well, we do have an example of it, but it didn't work out this time, did it? We had ascending lows here, flat top, and we actually broke out to the downside. It's not perfect, but just generally speaking, that's you would look to go to the upside, not to the downside. But it happens, you know. Sometimes it happens, sometimes it doesn't happen. Not really seeing any other examples. Anyways, let's look at this on a weekly basis and then we'll wrap this video up, okay? So on a weekly basis here, Bitcoin Cash has avoided its oversold zone like the plague for years, guys, for multiple years now. We haven't been oversold in the weekly RSI for years. I don't think we're going to be. When you're getting overbought and you're not getting oversold, generally, not always, but generally, that's a good thing, right? You've got lower lows in the RSI here, lower lows in the price. We've been consolidating now since March of 2024 for about a year. My thoughts are, when we finally do break out, we finally do see prices that are above $620, $640, something like that, above $700 here. Whenever we do break out, we're going to see a bigger move than anything that we've seen throughout this whole bull cycle so far, right? We've had a lot of volatility, a lot of time to consolidate, right? This consolidation was a long time right here. This phase of consolidation was a long time as well, but this one I think is even longer than either of them, just a little bit, if not very similar. Let's see how much, which one is longer? Was it this end of bear market consolidation phase here, or what we're doing now, 53? This one's a lot more volatile. That's what all I can say. So a little bit longer, very comparable to this. But my thoughts are, you know, something like this provided a move that in 2 weeks' time, Bitcoin Cash, I guess in 4 weeks' time from its low, saw a 263% move. It really wouldn't surprise me if when we start getting going, you know, we're not getting going right now. I wouldn't count it from this low, but whenever we start getting going, it wouldn't surprise me if we saw something that was greater than 260% overall, something that takes us above $1,300 ideally, if not even worth multiple thousands of dollars by the end of this next move, right? If we're taking last cycle's high into effect or into account, high here, low there, high here, low there, bouncing off the 382. We actually look very constructive on this fib, I'm not going to lie. I don't like the double rejection off of the golden ratio, but pretty productive nonetheless. The next target areas would be, based off the fibs, I think they would be somewhere around $800 to $1,174, but that doesn't make sense, right? Because we've already determined, and I've determined, right? Who's to say this has to happen just because I've determined it? But I think that we're going to see a larger move than anything we've seen this cycle. So if that's the case, we're not stopping here, right? We've already determined that 1,300 would be the price to see the similar, the same percentage growth as this move, which was the biggest move so far. If we're going to see 1300, my thoughts are, why can't we see 1600? Why can't we move up higher than that? Maybe we do move all the way up to $3,600 by the end of this next move. It could be eruptive, you guys. You have no idea. And if that sounds crazy, I'll take a stroll through memory lane here, where we literally did this exact thing from the same price, right? From this price, 3 weeks later, we were all the way up at $2,400, right? And inevitably we saw prices that were dramatically higher than that, right? We went up right around to this area here, actually at $3,600, just a little bit higher than that. But we can see some crazy growth in a short amount of time, you guys. Whether we stop here, or somewhere in between, it really wouldn't surprise me for Bitcoin Cash over the coming months by the end of June, if not early July. That's the expectation. I like this oversold zone bounce on the RSI. The consolidation phase is large and very volatile, so I think that will provide a nice move up whenever we do break out. I want to look at the monthly time frame as well, and then we'll end this video. Okay, monthly time frame RSI, you're fine. I don't think you're bad. It's, you have lower lows here, lower lows there. It's not ideal, but it's not the end of the world. Really, what I'm looking at here on the monthly time frame is your all-time history trend from here to there, right? Come on now, get it at that high, and we'll extend it out to the right. The fact that we've rejected this area harshly once before, rejected it again, and then this cycle we've rejected it twice now, but it's a bit different, isn't it? This interaction here is a bit different than these interactions. So my thoughts are, different behavior will beget different results, not the same results. So we're probably not going to go down. We'll probably move up from here and break out. And with the breakout, it's not just any old breakout. We're not just breaking out of this consolidation phase. We're breaking out of this consolidation phase, a lifelong multi-cycle consolidation phase. We've seen two cryptos do that this cycle already. XRP and XLM both have broken out of multi-cycle consolidation phases. And what they saw in 1 month's time was nothing shy of miraculous, right? Like, let alone 2 months' time. So I am expecting a rather miraculous, stupendous, fantastic breakout move. Whenever we do break out of this range, how high do we go? That's the question. We really could stop at, $1,500. Maybe we stop at prices that are worth multiple thousands of dollars, but time will tell. We'll see how it goes. Until then, we're just patiently waiting, sitting on our hands, and loading up the dragon as it goes, man. I got nothing else for you guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to see more content like this. Thank you all for being here. And let's see. Hold up now. Wait. There's one more thing. Right? It is the end of the month. It is the end of the month today. Let's check in on the ribbon here real quick. Okay. If in the next 9 hours and 46 minutes we could close here, ideally here or higher, that would be nice. Let's close above $356 today, guys. Let's close above $357 today. Ideally higher than this. The higher we go, the better. But we are above every ribbon right now, every single EMA in this ribbon. As long as we're doing this, we are in a position where we could flip this ribbon bullish. You're giving it hell, man. You really are giving it hell. There's been moments where it seemed very obvious. There's been moments where it seemed like we were going to get a false cross and then go down. And now we're in that hope moment again. As long as we can close here or higher, this ribbon stands a chance to cross. Even if we don't, I suppose next month if we move up, we stand to cross it. But man, it'd be nice to see this thing. I'm just ready to see it cross, man. Whenever it does cross, in combination with breaking out of your multi-cycle consolidation phase, I think that this could really set you up for some massive growth in a very short amount of time. So time will tell. We're still waiting on the same old stuff, you guys. I'll see you on the next one. Take care. Bye-bye.